You're tuned in to the DMV Hoops Podcast. The DMV Hoops Podcast is hosted by Kurt Cross.
This is Jonathan Scribner, head girls basketball coach at St. John's College High School, and this is the DMV Hoops Podcast.
Welcome to the DMV Hoops Podcast, your one-stop shop for all things basketball across the Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia areas.
If you hear that sound in the background, you must know that it is the DMV Hoops Podcast. I am Kurt Cross. She is Chelsie Cross. We are currently at PG County Community College for the Maryland Private School State Tournament. Chelsie MC, how are you doing, young lady?
I'm doing great. I'm excited for a good day of basketball today.
When you say day, you don't mean half a day.
No, I mean, we are going to be here late. The last game starts at 9 p.m.
Starts at 9?
Yes.
And the first game started at 9 or 9:40 or something like that?
I believe so, yes.
It's all day. Thanks to Capital Hoops and the Maryland Private School State Tournament for putting this together. We're on the campus of Prince George's Community College. Right now we are looking at Sandy Spring versus St. James. St. James out of Hagerstown. And just like that, there goes the basketball coming our way. That is what happens when you are live at the Maryland Private School State Tournament. I'm not mad at it at all. Look, folks, I'm glad you're listening. Thanks for engaging with us. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter. You can go to our website, dmvhoopspodcast.com. You'll find, or just show up at a gym and you'll find us.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's where we are. Look, folks, this has been a heck of a year. The 2025-2026 basketball season has shown us a lot. It's shown us everything from Sidwell Friends to St. Andrews to Georgetown Prep to the Landon School to DeMatha to Gonzaga. Did Gonzaga really do 4 overtimes last week?
They did.
They did. St. John's is in the mix. Paul VI is in the mix. And we're not even talking about schools like Bullis. That girls' team is incredible. St. Francis, that girls' team is incredible. The Sidwell Friends girls' teams are incredible. We've got a lot to talk about. We've been treated to what I think is among the best basketball we've seen in years in the DMV. But what do you expect? Because we're in the DMV, and the burn you get here in the DMV is something that you don't get anywhere else. Chelsie MC, what did you see this year? You went to, I don't know how many games. What did you see? Is the basketball climate in the DMV, is it in good hands?
Oh, yes, definitely. I mean, we have great coaches, great players, and great fans. I think the fans really enhance the student-athlete experience.
Great podcasters.
And I've just enjoyed seeing how everyone enjoys the game and how they show their love for it in different ways.
Let me ask you this. What, if anything, surprised you this year in the DMV hoop scene?
I think this year what surprised me is a lot of teams succeeded with underclassmen.
Oh, gosh. I didn't think about that. I mean, you talk about Georgetown Prep. They play a bunch of sophomores and juniors. The Landon School took that prep team who won the IAC and has burned off 14 in a row, took them to double overtime where they start 2 sophomores, I think 2 freshmen, and a junior.
Yes.
Right? They're only going to get better. They graduated 1 senior, UB's age. Shout out to UB. But Landon looks good. We're at halftime right now. St. James is up on Sandy Spring 35-32. We've got Georgetown Prep coaches sitting right to our right. Actually, we're charging one of their phones, Coach Larry Gray. Coach, how do you come to the gym with your phone already needing to be charged? That's what you did. You got to charge that thing overnight, Coach. But they've run off 14 in a row. They won the IAC, and it was a hell of an experience over there in North Bethesda in their gym. And, the St. John's girls, they made a statement last night. They did not win the WCAC, but they were up, I think, 45-11 maybe at halftime on visitation yesterday. So they're going to the DC State Championship this Sunday. They're going to play Sidwell, and then the boys of St. John's are going to play. Are they playing Sidwell as well?
Yes.
Yeah, because Sidwell on a half-court buzzer beater won their game yesterday over on the campus of Georgetown University. We've got the Georgetown Prep boys walking in right now as we speak because they play the next game. We're at halftime right now at the St. James, with St. James versus Sandy Spring. That's a tight one right there. But I think you're right. What surprised me as well is teams that succeeded with underclassmen. Let's not forget that we are graduating a great bunch of seniors as we see Sanan Juan from Georgetown Prep, the 7-footer who's going to Purdue, walk past us as we speak. We're graduating Jordan Smith Jr.
Yes.
We're graduating Jeremy Clark. We're graduating Zion Chase, who I've said his name for 4 years. And you want to talk about an athlete. That kid can get up and down the floor, and he dunks like nobody's business. What's up with Caden Samuels? I haven't seen him play in a while. He's been hurt. I don't know if we're going to see him today, though.
Yes, he has been hurt, and I think he's hurt, and I think he wants to be able to play his best when he heads to Alabama in August.
That was not Joe Smith. That was your boy from the alumni, the Maryland Georgetown alumni game we did. I can't say his name, but he's a University of Maryland Terp. Yeah, or former University of Maryland Terp. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And I think he wants to be at full health for that. So I think he's taking his time with his injury, which I think is a great thing to do when you want to be at your full potential and your best once you head off to the next level.
And they played a heck of a season. They competed very well. But all the teams in the area, the WCAC tends to be the crown jewel of basketball in the DMV. While I would say the competition there is super steep, what I will say is you don't have to look too far to find great competition. You've got, again, the IAC, you've got the MAC, and we would be remiss if we did not continue to talk about the girls' side of things. Sidwell has lost players throughout the year. Their coach moved on to the St. James in Virginia, and they're still in the final game.
Right.
Bishop McNamara, their girls' coach went down to IMG, yet they have just finished 2 undefeated WCAC schedules. You've got to be kidding me. And I'll tell you right now, when they say that team is among the best in the country, the girls at Bishop McNamara, I'd like to see who's better.
I agree.
I'd like to see who's better. Then you have Paul VI, the number 1 team in the country on the boys' side. And St. John's, with not a ton of seniors, they got youth as well, took them to double overtime in the WCSC championship game. I mean, it was up, it was down, it was back, it was forth. St. John's had a lead. Paul VI came back and took the lead. It goes to overtime. Shots are made. Free throws are made. Free throws are missed. We go to double overtime. And you just want to talk about a 35, 37, 39-point performance from Jordan Smith Jr. And all the guys on the St. John's side who just did, again, a heck of a job. I think it's cliche, and it's said a whole lot. We are blessed to have what we have in the DMV, the level of competition that these young people show us night in, night out. It's a $5 charge to get into a game, and you get more than $5 worth, would you say?
Yes, definitely. I feel like these players, all of them are they could definitely play at the next level. It's almost like they're already ready, and they just love the game. And I love being able to see all these people play, all these players grow up, and then seeing the new batch of kids come in and see how they succeed on their teams.
And we've got some coaches. We've got some coaches who are in some new positions. Patrick O'Connor down at St. John's is not new to the St. John's fabric. He has done an incredible job getting the most out of those young people. You've got Chris Bowen over at Landon. I don't know that I saw a team in the DMV compete as much as they competed night in, night out. I can't think of, there may have been 1 or 2, but I can't think of a game where they were blown out. They're competing all the time versus teams like Sidwell, versus Jackson Reed, versus Episcopal, versus Bullis, versus Georgetown Prep. They're getting their burn in those young people because they're young. What's up?
I was just going to say the first game that Landon had was against Gonzaga, and they took that, I think, to overtime.
It may have been overtime, but they lost by 2 or 4.
Yes.
You're talking about a smaller IAC school who's not really on the map until now for basketball, who took Gonzaga to within 2 or 4 points.
Yes.
And so that's what you get night in, night out right here in the DMV. It doesn't matter. And you know what? We've given no love to people like Boogie over at Richard Montgomery. We've given no love to the Kennedy program, Northwest. Chase Ryder over at Walter Johnson. He's got a couple kids that made, all conference. The public schools are doing well as well.
Yeah.
Shout out to Derek Davis at Coolidge High School. He has taken those girls. They won the DC IAA. They fell just short. of getting to the DC states, but Coolidge, shout out to your girls program. Oh, I love everything he's doing over there. Shout out to the Roosevelt boys program. They won on the DC public school side. Tony Langley is one of the assistant coaches over there. We could keep this podcast going for an hour, talking about the basketball we're able to see. Whitman, those boys did well. Richard Montgomery, that's Boogie and them. Those boys did well. The Whitman girls, I'm pretty sure they went undefeated this year. Charles Flowers went undefeated this year on the boys' side in basketball. Seems like they're always mixed up to the top of what we're talking about. Look, we are blessed. We are fortunate. We've got great basketball night in, night out. And again, it's $5. You can go to some ISC or MAC games, you're paying $0.
Yeah.
You're paying $0. Unless you go to the concession stand. Because those concessions, who's got the best hot dogs in the area?
I think St. John's.
St. John's does well. Shout out to Kevin.
But I do have a sort of bias because I have theirs the most.
Right. We're there all the time.
I think when you think of a stadium hot dog,
right,
that's what St. John's tastes like.
They take care of business over there.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. And now Georgetown Prep, they have a great concession stand that's open from time to time. Not every game.
Yeah, they have a lot. They have candy, they have gum, they have smoothies, they have chicken tenders, they have pretzels, I'm pretty sure. They're stacked. They're stacked.
I will tell you this. I've heard legend says from Coach Steve Turner that McNamara has the best concession stand. We've got to get over to Mac and do a game. It's over in Forestville. I've been there. Your mama's been there. We've been there.
They have like wings and fish or something,
I think they have fish sandwich. I think they do it big over there at McNamara. And why wouldn't they? I know they're packing the gym, so let's make some money on concessions. We have the St. James Saints are back on the court warming up with 2 minutes to go. In halftime, and Sandy Spring, they're getting their shots up as well. I think there's a concession stand here because this young man's got blue Gatorade, Ruffles. I see Lay's, I see red Gatorade. I see a little bit of everything going on right there. So we thank you, Paula. Shout out to Paula. She packed us enough lunch to stay here for a few days. Wait a minute. Maybe she wants us not to come back.
Wait a second.
She packed enough food for a couple days, I think. Who does your boy look like up there? Doesn't he look like the dude that lives on the street behind us?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does. Paula, your boy might be here. He looks just like your boy from the street behind us. Anyway, we're going to be here all day. We're going to get some interviews. Chelsea's going to go into the stands. She's going to find some folks. We just want to let you know that we are back, and I will tell you, we have missed a bunch of episodes because we have been busy. We've been watching all this great basketball we've been telling you about, and you know what? We are back now. We are recommitted to putting out episodes, getting the interviews, and bringing you the information and the stories and the story behind the stories that you want. Chelsie, say something to the people about your experience this year and everything we've seen and done.
This year, I've enjoyed getting my own interviews and growing as an interviewer. And I've enjoyed getting to know players, coaches, and fans through these interviews and just in general. And I'm so excited for you guys to hear what I've produced or what I've done.
You've done your job. I can tell you that. And guess what? Before you know it, right now, this is February 28th. We're recording. March is tomorrow.
Yes.
After March comes what?
April.
After April comes what down there in Prince George's County on the campus of DeMatha Catholic High School?
Summer League.
Summer Leagues. Well, I'll tell you, you get a couple of winks in you and then Summer League will be here.
Yes.
Summer League will be here. But I'm going to lose my partner here in the fall because she's going off to college, but she'll be back for the big tournaments, I think, right?
Yes, that's my hope.
All right, folks. Thank you for listening. This is the DMV Hoops Podcast. I'm Kurt Cross.
I'm Chelsie Cross.
And let's do it. We'll see you soon.
You're tuned in to the DMV Hoops Podcast. Thanks for listening.